Well, I think there's a couple needs, Brett. I think the first one for the professionals, I mean, it depends how you're looking at the organization. So as a professional looking at the organization, it is your professional organization. It's your fraternity. It's what you belong to come and network with your peers, to network with those record labels you need so bad, the instrument manufacturers that we all need to talk to, and you make those connections at an event such as the conference that Jazz Education Network puts on an annual basis. As a student, you need the opportunity to come together because and listen to the pros play and listen to each other to evaluate where you fit in the world, in this world of jazz. I take my students to events like this specifically to give them that experience. They need to find out that there is a much bigger pond than the school they're in, and they need to see how their skills compare with skills from students around the world. I think it's equally strong in other parts of the world too. There's jazz programs in Japan, there's jazz programs in England, Great Britain, there's jazz programs in Germany, there's Israel, there's South Africa. We've got two bands coming from South Africa to the 2012 conference. We have a big band coming from Israel. We have a clinician coming from Turkey. Jazz is alive and well out there. Our first conference in 2010 in St. Louis, we expected 500, and we had 1,300 show up. Okay, well, last year you were in New Orleans, and we expected maybe 1,500, and we had 2,250, roughly. So this year we're expecting 2,500 to 3,000, and we're well on target to meet that goal easy. We developed some scholarships, such as the David Baker Award. That's actually sponsored by Jamie Abersole. We developed the Hal Leonard Scholarship, and we developed the Mary Jo Pavich Women in Jazz Scholarship, which she actually funded the first couple of years. Since then, the board has decided that Jen, the organization, will fund that scholarship in her name as a co-founder. And then this year, we're establishing a Founders Scholarship Award. So we have 4 scholarships, student scholarships now, that we're giving out annually. We've established the John Laporta Award in partnership with Berkeley. Of course, we have our two really great strategic partnerships with Music for All, where we co-sponsor the National Honors Jazz Band of America and their summer camp, the jazz portion of the camp. And we also, of course, have a wonderful partnership with Symphony Publishing. And we've established our Gen Composition Showcase. This year, we're unveiling the inaugural class of a new initiative called the Legends of Jazz Education. This is something we've wanted to do for a long time. There's plenty of organizations out there that honor great jazz musicians, but we wanted to begin honoring those great jazz educators. So our inaugural class, we're very proud to announce the ABCDs of jazz education. Jamie Abersole, David Baker, Jerry Coker, and Dan Hurley. Predominant names in jazz education. Criteria speaks for itself. And so we're launching that at our Gala Education fundraiser this year. We're also piloting a new initiative in the conference this year. We're doing 1 room with plans to grow it to 3 rooms ultimately. But we're going to add a festival component that's non-competitive to the conference. Right now, if you want to perform on the conference, you submit a tape. It gets reviewed by a committee and adjudicated, and you're selected. But this will just be win-win for everyone, because the idea is to get the students here together and let them hear each other and let them establish their network, and then also establish some networking with the pros that are around. So not only are we launching our festival clinic room this year, where we'll have about 15 bands participating in that ultimately, we're also doing a soft launch of our new mentoring program, to where we couple students with pros to mentor during the conference and then throughout the next year.